So hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Debbie. If this is your first time, please do well to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when any of our video is posted. And if it's not your first time, welcome back. So today I want to be sharing how God changed my mindset. My work with God has been progressive, so let me put it that way. He changed my mindset 5 years ago. Also came back to change it like 3 years ago, and all these things has been progressive, linking from one step to another. So God is progressive. He changes with time, just like you have different dispensations. What might be working before might not be working now. That's why you have to keep going back to God part time. So I'm going to be sharing how God changed my mindset and how I see myself, how He changed my mindset from fear, comparison, confusion into peace, confidence, and growth. So first of all, I'll be listing out I wrote them down. That was one with my phone. So I wrote 6 out because I wanted to be very, very detailed about them. I just don't want to come and talk randomly. I wanted to take every one of them and explain it better and relate it. So probably if we are going through any of this season at this point, you just know that, okay, God is trying to change some aspect of your mindset. Probably He's going to work out something exactly in you that you're not so sure of, or you don't know exactly the point right now. I believe this is going to really, really help me. So one of the first things God changed about my mindset is that He changed the mindset of how I see myself. I used to suffer from very, very low self-esteem. So one of the ways He helps me do that was that He ensured I studied Proverbs 31. In fact, that's where 31 generation woman came from. That's 31 generation. The complete name is Proverbs 31 generation woman. He ensured I studied that book. Like He ensured I read chapter to chapter, picked it word by word. Like I studied, I lived in Proverbs 31. I've been reading it before, but when I read it afresh during that season of my life, I started seeing things differently. I started seeing the Kael woman. No, she's actually the Kael woman. I started seeing the possibility that this is my value that actually then in turn makes the man, because I'm the one with the favor. So if the man marries me, I'm the one that has the favor. So like I started seeing a lot of things. Like it changed the way I began to see things, like a whole lot of things. I began to see things very, very much different. And in other words, boost the way I actually think about myself. I just think of myself like I don't deserve the best. I have very, very low self-esteem. In fact, it was so bad that I was so beautiful, and I went to God crying, asking God why He made me beautiful, because people refused to talk to me. I had that kind of low self-esteem. Like it was a lot of things. So I used to define myself. Probably if I make a mistake, I was okay, this is because of this mistake, this is who I am. Imagine where you've not been judged, but you've already judged, start judging yourself. So I used to be like that, but I'm just so grateful. After I studied Proverbs 31 woman for a period, a very long period. I wouldn't say 3 months, but it was for a long period, because I actually wrote a book about it. It was that good. Like a lot of things changed about my mindset. So like I was saying, my mindset shift has been progressive. Changed, then it also changed 2 years later. That was like 2023. So probably in the next 5 years, so it's going to keep upgrading till how God wants it. Then another thing on how God has changed my mindset, the second thing is God changed my mindset in waiting. So like I wrote down here, so I used to think delay meant denial, but God taught me waiting can be preparation. So I used to feel that way too. God, give it to me now, give it to me now. I need it now. Please give me now. Please give me now. If you don't give me now, that means you're not trustworthy. If you don't give me now, then that means you don't love me. If you don't give me now, that means you don't like me. That means you like doing it. I got to a point in my life where I began to feel that God loved other people more than me. It was so bad. I was like, God, you loved this person more than me, because why will you choose this person over me? Like that season was not funny for me. I'm not gonna lie, it was a very hard season. I was like, God, you don't love me at all. That's the only definition I can come with, because why will you tell me that? So it was just a lot. Then another thing God changed my mindset about is comparison. I told you I suffered from low self-esteem, so obviously I must have compared a lot while I compared a lot. And the annoying thing about comparison, there's actually nothing wrong with you. There's nothing totally, you are fine. It's just that if you begin to see yourself that way, people will interpret you as that kind of person. So you are the one that defined how people see you. So I stopped comparing. Like I wrote down here, I said I used to feel behind watching others succeed, but God taught me everyone has a different journey. So you might feel probably your life is not moving forward, what is actually happening in my life currently. I don't know what is going on. God, please, what are you saying concerning my life? Why is my own case different? This person is moving forward. Why am I not moving forward and stuff like that? But you people have two different journey, two entirely different journey. They are not connected. You are going on your own separate journey, and you are going in the right pace, the right speed, so long as you are working with God. And another thing that God did to change my mindset is that He changed my mindset about failure. So I wrote down here, I used to think failure means the end, but God taught me failure can be a lesson. So that there was a time that the moment I failed, I would not want to try again, because I feel once I fail, that's the end of it. I cannot take that shame again. Like when I was working on that, when God was helping me, working on me on that aspect of me being able to stand in front of crowd, I was laughed out severally because I went up the stage to take an announcement that people laughed at me. I told myself I'm not going to do that again. But when I went back home that evening, and God began to speak to me and told me to continue. So the way I react, like that has changed my mindset about failure. So that's when He began to teach me the aspect of, yes, you actually didn't get it right, but God is just trying to teach you a lesson. And from that, I actually learned a lesson from it, because I was able to became very confident after a while. I was able to I was able to grow, because I could comfortably stand in front of crowd and talk now. Why? Because I gave myself to that failure. So some people feel that success is you're able to achieve it, you got it right, everything is working for you. But sometimes how you arrive at that success too matters, because arriving at that particular answer or the success has to do with before you arrive success, or arriving at success has to do with a lot of failures. You must have failed a whole lot of time, because it's from those failures that you actually learn what you're not supposed to do. If you don't fail, you will not know what is right and what is wrong. So the fifth thing God did for me to change my mindset is that He changed my mindset about fear. So I wrote here, I used to overthink everything, but God taught me faith moves mountain where fear hesitates. I'm an overthinker. I'm the kind of person that I think about a particular situation before the situation comes. Like I was talking about telling somebody about a story 3 weeks ago where I was trusting God for finances to do two particular things that are very important. So I was paid normally, so my monthly pay, and I know that the money was not going to cover up the two expenses. So I was so worried, worked up. I'm the kind of person that if I have money to solve a particular problem, I'll use the entire money I have to solve a particular. I don't mind being broke, not having money, so long as I don't have anything to pay for. So I'm very cool. So it was like a really, really big issue for me. But I'm just so glad God worked out that aspect of it. Particularly took His time to change my mindset about fear, to start seeing things differently, to seeing things from a different perspective. So I'm so grateful to God. Like I said initially, all these things are progressive. You don't expect them to happen in a day. How God works is that if He comes, He's going to work on the aspect of your worth. That's your mindset shift on how you see yourself. And it's going to progress probably to the aspect of the fear, like all these things are different stages of God working. So He's not going to do it at once. He's going to take like different steps and different stages. And the last thing God changed my mindset about is success. So I wrote down here, I used to think success was only money or status, but God taught me peace, purpose, and obedience to success. So success is not just you having money. Like if you define success properly, I think you're going to get the perfect answer. And the best way to define success is you fulfilling purpose, because you can have money and you're not fulfilling purpose. So you don't define success by somebody having money. Somebody can have money, but it's outside God's will for their life. But you cannot have money, but you are inside of God's will, because God is actually working out a whole lot of things in your life. That in due season, He's going to like replenish, and you will recover it to the point where you can't even remember, oh, there was a time that it was like this, it wasn't like this, it wasn't like this. So, I hope with this little point of mine, if you see, like I mentioned initially, all these things are progressive. God is not going to work on it at once. He's going to take it one after the other. God is so meticulous. He'll take it one after the other. You're going to first probably work on your mindset concerning the way you see yourself, concerning fear, concerning success. But your work with God is going to consistently be about Him changing aspect of your mind to see things differently, or to see things how He sees things. Hope you know that the way God sees us is quite different from how we see ourselves. Hope you know God speaks from the end to the beginning. So he speaks from what he has ordained you as, while you speak from your present. So that's the best thing you can ever do to yourself, is to have foresight, to be able to see and able to buy into the vision that God has called you into, and well, to do a whole lot of things. So that is all for today's video. Please do well to subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you've watched to this point. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video. Bye.